Hey there, One Piece adventurers, it's me, Amaze the Storyteller, and guess what? I have a very special video for you guys today. We're going to be breaking down Captain Kuro's alliance with Doflamingo. How does it occur? Why does it happen? And who are they gonna for? Find out shortly. So why do I think these characters are so similar? Well, they have great malice and great etiquette, both of them. When you look at Doflamingo's trauma from his backstory, where he was a little kid and his father took him down from the celestial home of Murray's Wall and brought him into regular living to where they were beaten half to death by the townsfolk. I mean, it's an insane trauma backstory, don't get me wrong, but it turned him into a maniacal, very methodical individual. Same as Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro is menacing because he's so methodical. So both of these two are avid tacticians and avid planners. So why do I think they go so well together? Well, when you really think about it, both of them would have the same goal of killing Monkey D. Luffy. Now, this whole thing starts with the concept that there's an assassin gunning for Doflamingo's head. We know this in Impel Down. There's an assassin facing off against Magellan. Now, the coolest part about this whole theory is that if there's anyone in the One Piece world that could be faster than Magellan's poison spread, it would be Kuro. It just would be. Because Kuro literally stood on Zoro's sword. But there's more reasons than that. When we look back at the SBSs revolving around Kuro, it was said somewhere along the lines of CP9's Soru, or maybe it was Kuro's technique, the cat out of the bag, was faster or as fast as CP9's Soru, which is saying something. He's very quick naturally. So if he honed those skills the same way CP9 did, and he learned the Rokushiki techniques and sprayed in a little bit of hockey, he would be a devastating candidate to go up even against Magellan. Also, while I'm thinking about it, is Magellan a paramecia user, or is he a Logia user, or is he a special paramecia user? I don't think it was ever specified, because when I rewatched the Impel Down arc to make this video, the bullets just seemed to pass right through Magellan. Really weird. Anyway, not the point. The point is that Kuro would definitely be something to menace with if he had a little bit of training and a little bit of hockey. And he could definitely kill Doflamingo, who's only in Sea Prism cuffs. But you see, he really wouldn't want to, because Doflamingo has a silver tongue. I mean, he's got an ass-eating tongue from God to convince people to do whatever he wants without them questioning their moral support whatsoever. So I'll paint the picture for you. Imagine Kuro makes it to Doflamingo and is about to give him the cat claws from hell, hockeyed out, all black and beautiful with armament hockey, about to come down on Doflamingo's grinning face. And Doflamingo utters the line of something like, "I'm still gonna kill Straw Hat." Now Kuro would freeze for a second and be like, "What do you mean, Straw Hat? Do you mean that Luffy brat?" To which Doflamingo would reply, "Yeah, fuck that kid. He ruined my life." And Kuro would be like, "No way, dude, he ruined my life too." And then a bromance would form, slowly but surely. Now Kuro is known for 1,000 plans, and Doflamingo outsmarted one of 1,000 plans, who was Suru the Tactician, the great Navy HQ Vice Admiral. So both of them are very intelligent individuals who could start an assassin's organization. Now I know that sounds insane. Kuro and Doflamingo teaming up to start an assassin's organization? That's crazy. But ultimately, they have to create funds to go up against a Yonko threat. The Yonko threat is Monkey D. Luffy at this point. They have to amass power that's matching at least the Grand Fleet. Because the dichotomy that's created is less so Doflamingo versus Luffy, and more so the Assassin's Guild versus the Cross Guild. Now I know, I can already hear you, what the fuck, Maze, you're talking about the Cross Guild again? But it's a very important crux to the series. And now that Doflamingo and Kuro in this hypothetical are partnered, the Cross Guild comes into play because they'll be threatened by the Assassin's Guild. Because with the Yonko falling left and right and the new generation taking over, what Oda's painting is a picture similar to Game of Thrones, where you have different factions gunning for each other for the big overall One Piece. And what better way to have Kuro reintroduced into the story than to team up with Doflamingo, freeing him from Impel Down and targeting the Nika guy himself, Monkey D. Luffy. Now, regardless if they can take on Luffy, take out Luffy, or even meet Luffy is irrelevant. The point is that they become a bigger piece on the chessboard than they were originally. Now, Doflamingo, with his underground connections, has quite literally every means to make Kuro's plans into reality. So Kuro could be the brains and Doflamingo can be the bronze, throwing anything resource-wise to make Kuro's plans come to life. And that's absolutely devastating for a multitude of reasons. But it's crazy to think about these two together. I know I stuttered there because I'm so excited. These two together would quite literally create a new Yonko level threat. And you really can't overlook it. Now, who are some members of the Assassin's Guild? Well, I have two main characters that I'm thinking of right now, and that's Arlong and Foxy. Why these two? Well, we haven't seen Arlong since the East Blue, and I think he would be a perfect way to introduce a concept, or at least from a storytelling perspective, a way for Jinbei to actually have a major role to play within the story. Something along the lines of Arlong assassinating Nami, but Jinbei steps in. You never know. It can be written 1,000 different ways, but he could be a really cool component in the Assassin's Guild because he's still an Impel Down. He hasn't been freed from Impel Down, and him and his whole Sun Pirate crew could be freed and go along with Doflamingo because, again, Kuro's the assassin. Kuro flees away from Magellan, frees Doflamingo, frees Arlong, frees the rest of the Sun Pirates, and they get going on their merry way. Another one that I'm going to get a lot of flack for is Foxy. I think Foxy would be a really interesting piece on this pseudo chessboard we have that's the Assassin's Guild, because his ability to amass power is very similar to Buggy's. He's able to have individuals flock to him that he has no right being supported by, so he would be a great one to have. Not from the perspective of himself, but for others. But if you do want to point the finger at Foxy himself, he has an OP devil fruit that he just doesn't know how to use, which is also Buggy-esque as well. Anyway, I've been ranting long enough. The point is I believe Kuro was hired by CP0 to assassinate Doflamingo. Doflamingo ends up sweet-talking Kuro into doing his bidding, and Kuro releases him. Not only does Kuro release Doflamingo, but is tempted by releasing other members within Impel Down level 6, which just so happens to house Arlong as well. And that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of this One Piece theory. Let me know if you'd like to see an Assassin's Guild built by Doflamingo and Captain Kuro within the One Piece story. If you did, give this a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next One Piece theory. Bye-bye! Sorry guys, this is me in post-production. I totally forgot to mention how Spandam fits into all this. This guy had to have propagated the whole thing and hired Kuro in order to assassinate Doflamingo. So he was kind of the cornerstone that started all of this. I actually saw a really cool theory online about Spandam, and with an SBS that was released recently, we found out how CP0 became a thing, and it was all thanks to this guy. This guy hired his son to make CP0 because this guy has underground connections that the world government can't deal with. So he's very important to the story. He's kind of like an underground secret agent. So yeah, look out for this guy. But anyway, guys, love y'all. Bye-bye.